Yo, what up? You got Daytwan Thomas, editor-in-chief of Vibe Magazine here.
Mikey Fresh, music editor of Vibe Magazine, checking in for the first Vibe Tribe podcast.
Yo, Vibe Tribe. Yo, it took us like 18 days to come up with that.
Yeah, I mean, we had to let it breathe a bit, had to let everybody eat. You know, big shouts out to Drink Champs.
Yep.
Rap Radar podcast, can't forget about Combat Jack.
Taxstone, everybody
It's
out
the
here.
real, my homeboys.
Yo, everybody out here winning. We just felt like, all right, man, it's time. It's time for us to get into it. So,
I mean, I'm here to take their food. I don't know about you, Dave.
Mikey out for blood in these shark-infested waters.
I'm young enough to not give up. You know?
But yeah, man, we just wanted to make sure the brand was out there for the people. We do a ton of interviews that comes through, the Vibe offices. And we were like, all right, Facebook Live is dope. Our own little video joints are dope, but the podcast game is on fire.
Definitely.
So we had to jump in those waters.
For real, it's a huge medium right now that, it's being leveraged by a whole lot of hip-hop influencers, tastemakers. So, we had to jump in.
Yep, and what we're going to do is we're going to have, like, our literal Vibe Tribe, like all the staffers, they're all going to be jumping in, doing podcasts, doing interviews with different artists and celebrities and entertainers. So we felt like the Vibe Tribe name fit because it's going to be interchangeable. You're going to probably end up having your favorites throughout the crew.
And we definitely want all you guys, the listeners, to get involved. So please email us, tweet us your requests, who you want to hear on there, what topics we should cover. And if there's any big things happening in social media or even in your own world, just let us know and we will get it done.
That's what's up. So this first episode that we have, it's a banger, man, and it's crazy. We got Jersey in the building with our man Joe Budden, man, Mr. Mood Music. Yo, Mikey, it was crazy. Like, he just canceled a bunch of times.
Hey, man, it only took him 3 cancellations to get up here, but Mouse Budden. He joined us, the first episode, Joe speaking to one of our young writers, Michael.
Yep.
And they had a heavy convo about the album, but also about sports, man, which is one of Joe's passions, right?
Definitely, man. And I mean, they get busy on the sports talk. Y'all should know Joe is one of those avid, like, he's a diehard Giants fan. He's also like an ill bowler too. So it's kind of crazy to have somebody.
Mustard, what up? We're coming for you.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have them two battle. DJ Mustard versus Joe Budden. We putting that out in the universe. But yeah, this podcast is pretty dope, man. I mean, Mike is a young gunner coming up, a young journalist. He started with us this summer, and we kept him over, and he has a really good, fun-spirited conversation with Joe, so we want y'all to check that out.
Yes, sir. So check it out, guys. This is the very first Vibe Tribe podcast with Joe Budden.
Shawty made me feel like the summertime. Feeling like
Yo, how you doing?
I'm well.
Should we get this going? Yeah, I guess we're rolling. I guess we're live.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. We are live in the building.
This is episode.
How is everyone?
I'm great. How are you, Joe?
I'm blessed.
This is episode 86 of I'll name this podcast later.
This is what we do every week. So I mean, we sit here and shoot the shit.
Yeah. Is this more legit setup or what?
No, same setup.
Same setup?
Same setup. I've done enough podcasts to where I've seen some really impressive setups, some really similar setups, and some really shitty setups. As long as the mic is audible, I'm perfectly fine. You guys, I need that thing. I need all of this in my house so I could just do this at home.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't do it at your house.
I tried to do it a few times in my home, and the audio was just not clear. So I'm back to the studio with it until I figure it out. When I figure it out, we'll get back to the crib.
All right, cool. You and Rory?
Yeah, me, Rory, Maul, man.
Maul,
And
yes.
I mean, it'll make it a lot easier on myself if we're able to do it at the crib.
Hell
but
yeah. You can be chilling, just roll out of bed. Like,
That's what I would say. Probably do 2 podcasts a week.
That's what's up. All right, man. You ready for Friday? Rage in the Machine.
I'm ready. When you've been in it as long as I have, you kind of get numb to the whole process of it. Like my first album, my debut album, I was so excited. Me and my mom went to Virgin Megastore in Times Square, bought every copy that they had. As you continue to put out projects, it's more so work. You're working up until release. And when the album is released, by that time, I'm normally working on my next project.
Damn. So is Friday like a vindication feeling? Or?
Friday, you feel vindicated, and you kind of want to see all of your efforts kind of just manifest at the same time. But, Friday release day is normally about the fans. Mm-hmm. It's normally about the fans and what they think of the project, how they're feeling, where they're at in their life. Hopefully, they enjoy it. I enjoyed making it. A-Rab enjoyed creating it. I enjoyed everything about the process. Hopefully that resonates when you hear it.
Was it a big difference to do this like 100% independent?
Yeah, and I'll get paid on this one. No, it was really the same format, same routine. Just work. I've been like music is a part of life now. So I mean, I get that this is a album and Friday is release day, but we're in the culture, so every single day we live it, we breathe it, we bleed it. So Friday is no different for me than any other day. Now for my fans, they may say something different.
Definitely. So as far as the cover, I honestly, I've seen it the last month or two. Just recently, I realized that you were giving the middle finger on it.
Yep, fuck niggas.
So what's any inspiration behind the cover? Or?
I wanted to keep it clean. My last project didn't have a picture of me on the album artwork. So this time around, I'm extremely spiritual. So anytime I can use prayer hands and do some type of assimilation of talking to God, I'll do it. That's important to me. But on the flip side of that, it's still fuck niggas. So that was important to somehow display that, and I think we captured it.
So on I Gotta Ask, that was the third single that came out, correct?
That was the third record we released. We put out Flex with Tory Lanez and Fab. We put out By Law featuring Jazzy, and now we're on to I Gotta Ask featuring myself.
I heard you say it took you back to a nostalgic place, like the beat.
Well, when was the last time we've heard a beat that way? I mean, for me, I haven't heard a beat like that in probably since Hard Knock Life.
Hard Knock Life. You flipped some of his lyrics, right, on that?
Well, yeah, that was such a monumental song. In my upbringing, anyway, it's like, wow. And in Jay's career, like that song kind of broke him.
Yep.
So as powerful as it was at the time, again, I haven't heard a New York MC rap over something at that tempo, with that feel in quite some time. Normally when we hear a beat at about 75 BPMs, it's a Southern rapper or rapper rhyming double time, or somebody, just anything where you could do the jump up and down bunny rabbit dance that all the young kids like to do. But this, where you're just kind of flowing and articulating and enunciating yourself over a slow beat, that was different for me. I haven't done it in a while, so it was exciting for me.
Yeah, that was dope. And you sampled
Thank
Into
you.
the Woods, right?
Into the Woods. Yeah, I
Broadway
had no
show.
idea what it was. I leave all of that to A-Rab, and he does an amazing job of it.
That's what's up. So what makes the 2016 this Joe Budden different than 2003 Joe
Well,
Budden?
this 2000. Well, I'm a lot more refined today. 2003 Joe Budden was pretty raw, pretty emotional. I'm still emotional today. This album is different from the rest of my discography because I'm not rapping from a first person point of view. So it's not so autobiographical. This album really is about just my love for music and hip hop and the culture, and a lot less about my struggles and my upbringing.
Yeah, definitely a different sound compared to like mood music and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, A-Rab did the whole project, so it's kind of cohesive musically. The soundscape he provided, it sounds amazing. It sounds like one person. The job he did really, and I keep saying this, I really underestimated A-Rab's level of talent as far as being able to carry a project.
Is this your first time really working with him?
Hell no. But I've always been against doing an entire project with one producer because that producer would have to be so well versed in so many different things.
Yeah.
And anytime I thought A-Rab, I've worked with A-Rab on every Slaughterhouse project. My last two mixtapes, my last 3 albums. So I'm familiar with him, but I always got, he would email the beats or come play 9,000 beats so you can't remember them all. This time we worked so closely together. A-Rab is dope in a lot of ways that I had no idea he was dope in, and he really inspired me throughout the entire album.
That's what's up. So there's a part 2 of the album, correct?
Hopefully. I mean, in my brain, this is premature. I know Joe Budden fans like to hold me to saying things. In my brain, I would like to release a part 2 right before summer.
Word.
Right before summer, yeah.
So you're going on tour, right?
Going on tour.
BB Kings?
First stop, BB Kings.
Yeah.
Next night, we're in Boston. We're going to run up and down the whole Northeast, and we're going to hop on the road, hit the Midwest, hit the West Coast. I love getting in front of the fans. I love performing. And they seem to enjoy it too. So I always look forward to that. I'm such a homebody. So when you go on tour, like that's my time to be out. That's like club time for me.
Damn. So I read something like this week that said you were gonna change your name. Like, was that?
I thought about it.
You thought about it?
I thought about it. I wanted to just, I've built the Joe Budden brand for so many years that when you hear Joe Budden is putting out a new project, fans get a preconceived notion of what that sound might be. And because I had no idea what the sound would be coming into this project, I didn't want to mislead them that way. So I was going to change my name so that they knew not to have any idea or expectations of what they were getting. My manager convinced me not to do that, so we did not do that.
Oh, man. So I saw you do a couple things with Complex. Like, you're crazy. What about jumping out of a plane?
I like Complex. I like Complex. I've always wanted to jump out of a plane. I've always wanted to skydive. It's been on my bucket list, and I never got around to doing it. So when it came time to announce the release date of the album, and you try to think of a cool kind of fresh way to get that information out there, skydiving was brought up. And for me, whether that was effective and putting the release date out or not, I wanted to skydive. So it was a great way to kill two birds with one stone. We went up there with Complex. We had a fucking blast up there.
That's dope, man. You weren't scared?
No.
No? How was that wing challenge with them? That had to be. Was that actually, is that, hot or is that
It was really fun. It was one of my better interviews. The last 3 wings were pretty hot. They were pretty hot. Those earlier ones I kind of breezed through.
Really? Yeah, no, I don't think I could mess with that.
You wasn't going to get me up there on this platform to chicken out, no pun intended, on hot wings. It just wasn't going to happen.
Word. So I know you're a big Knicks fan, as am I, man.
Yes.
I am excited for this year. I heard you talk about Brandon Jennings on the podcast.
Brandon Jennings excites me. He looks like he got his quickness and explosiveness back, his first step back. And I haven't seen that from him in a while. I've known him since he was in high school. So it's good to see. I know he always wanted to play for the Knicks, so it's good to see him there. Good to see the additions that they made, and it looks like they're actually not trying to land in the lottery this year.
Yeah.
Looks like they are trying to go ahead and win it. So hopefully they can get out of the first round if health keeps up.
Yeah, so you're sticking your prediction, 43 wins, I think you
43 wins, 44 wins, somewhere around there. I mean, it's their first year together, so many new faces. I would assume that they would need some time to build chemistry with one another. It's Jeff Hornacek's
a lot of moving parts. A lot of moving parts.
Yeah, so you need some time for all those things to kick in, and a lot of teams in the East got better. I like Boston still.
Yeah.
I don't think Chicago is as bad as people make them out to be. So it'll be interesting to watch the Knicks and what they can or cannot do this year.
Do you go to a lot of games?
I hate going to
Hate going to the Garden?
I hate anywhere where there's people. People, traffic, congestion, $50 hot dogs. I'm not going to leave the comfort of my living room to go pay $50 for a hot dog.
I'm sorry I got you here.
Oh, no, it's fine. I'm not eating any hot dogs today.
No hot dogs today, no hot dogs. So I know you're a big Giants fan as well, and you were killing Odell Beckham, all right? You think the team should trade him? Or
I think that as is the case a lot of times with 23-year-old superstars, when you're 23, a lot of 23-year-olds are about themselves. I mean, that's what your 20s are for, to kind of figure yourself out. So that's kind of interfering with my fanfare of my team, because Odell is one of the best receivers in the league, but he's about himself and not the team. So I find myself in this conundrum of, do I want to trade Odell and see what we can get for him? Do I want to wait this out to see if he matures while we still have Eli Manning? Like, I don't know what to do, but watching Giant games and watching Odell Beckham is frustrating for me.
Have you ever met him? Is he that type of person off the field as well?
I would know. I know nothing about the gentleman. I'm only going off of what I see for on the screen of the team I root for. That's all. I have no inside information.
Gotcha. So the kicking net's got to go, though, the whole celebration.
I mean, for a month, we've seen him talking to a net.
Exactly.
After losses, I'm watching him talk to.
I know you were fired up after the Green Bay
net,
game.
and that bothers me. That bothers me. We're losing the game. You're costing us yards with penalties, and you're on the sideline talking about a fucking net. Yeah, no.
Yeah, well, it's better than what my Jets are doing. I'll tell you that.
What's up with the Jets, man? Talk to me about the Jets. Ryan Fitzpatrick held out. came back. This is a contract year for Geno Smith, so I would assume you would like to see what we can get from Geno before he's trade bait or whatever. Ryan Fitzpatrick is out there doing a horrendous job. Brandon Marshall is hurt. The D isn't D'ing. What's up with the Jets? Talk to me. Tell me.
It's been a tough schedule,
It's not been a tough schedule. Y'all just lost to who did y'all just lose
Cardinals. You don't think they're too good in Arizona?
to? The Cardinals have been getting their ass beat since the season started. I picked the Jets to win that game. For y'all to get smacked.
I appreciate your confidence.
Well, I mean, against the spread anyway. I do a football. I play in a football pool every week where we guess against the
Couldn't
spread.
cover the 7.5.
I don't understand the fucking Jets.
You're telling me as a lifelong fan. It's killing me too.
Yeah, I feel for you. How old are you?
23.
Oh, so you don't even. How old were you when they went to the fucking
Which one? AFC title game?
Yeah, Mark Sanchez.
Oh yeah, no, that was only that was 2009, 2010. Yeah, so I actually
say only. That was 8 years ago, 2009.
yeah, you know what? It was one of my best times of my life.
All right, I won't rain on your parade.
Yeah, it was awful. I went to the game in Indy and then awful leaving.
Yeah, it's funny how one moment can define an entire career. We never really got over Mark Sanchez and his Jet shenanigans.
Yes. So do you like Geno?
I don't know enough about him. I know he's a New York quarterback, and I see him a lot in clubs.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I'm like, I remember a game he was about to start the next day. You're like, yo, Jets fans, I see Geno at the club right now.
Geno
I'm like,
Smith
oh, no.
is out twerking and griffing. I'm a Giants fan, so I don't care, but I just want the Jets fans to know what's happening.
I appreciate that. You're looking out for us. Thank you.
I try to.
So do you enjoy that social media connection with your fans? I feel like you were pretty ahead of the curve on that. You've been doing that for...
Since 2000, I've
Ever.
tried to communicate and have dialogue with fans online. It's something I enjoy. It's something I think is important. It's something they enjoy. So, I mean, with technology advancing, today if an artist is not talking to their fans, it's strictly because they don't want to. Like, it's too many different means and different ways to communicate.
Has social media just gotten too big? You think it's crazy? It's just like a machine?
Well, what's too big? What is too big?
I don't know, maybe too much to where some people just can't take it anymore.
Some things are good in doses, and maybe some people can't, but you have to manage yourself. For me, I don't think social media has gotten too big. I think I navigate around that in that universe pretty well. And the second that you don't, you kind of take a step back and you take a break for a minute. Social media only really goes really bad when people react and have a hard time dealing with the information they're receiving. Like, we'll see some artists who have a hard time with the criticism from fans. During that whole shit, this whole, whatever this fuck-ass rap beef was with, I didn't even know you can cut your Instagram comments off until I saw Sean Kingston cut his comments off.
Yeah.
And then Meek cut his comments off.
Now Meek deleted his Instagram.
Well, yeah, so what I'm saying is, to the people who are having a problem with what they're reading, there's ways to safeguard against it without deleting your Instagram. I really don't give a fuck what any of these niggas online say, because they're strangers and they don't know me and they don't alter things in the grand scheme of things. But whatever.
So how'd you get into your podcast? How'd that come about? Because it's really taken off. I think it's dope.
My podcast came about because Slaughterhouse was in the studio in Detroit with Eminem, and we were placing rappers in their respective places between 1 through 50. It was such an intense conversation. It was so informative that I was like, wow, I feel like any hip-hop fan would die to hear this conversation. How would they be able to do that in a podcast?
Yeah.
That's how they would be able to do that. Now, naturally, I haven't had Eminem or Slaughterhouse on my podcast, but to have that inside scoop weekly from just someone that you may enjoy listening to or someone who's knowledgeable, that's always good. So I had no idea the podcast would take off that way. It was kind of trial and error for me. I wanted to try something, see if I enjoyed it, and I have a background in radio, and I enjoyed when I did that. So the podcast was more of the same for me. It was me discussing something I'm passionate about, which is hip hop.
Yeah. Is it tough to go from artist mode to then media
Not for
critique
me. I'll
mode
tear
for
a
you?
nigga up. Not for me. You say something about me while I'm in podcast role, and I'm liable to respond in rap mode just because it's in my competitive nature, and I love to rap, and I love to rap about shit.
Think this could be like a career or lead into something else after music? Is that in your plans at all, or this is just what you're doing now?
I can't discuss my future plans on this podcast because people will just try to shoot them down and give me negative vibes. I don't want negative vibes. All positive vibrations.
Positive vibes leading up.
But broadcasting hopefully is in my future. I don't want to put a rap album out when I'm 60 years old.
Word, that's dope. So I'm gonna go to a different direction. So as far as when you did Love and Hip Hop and Couples Therapy, do you think that pushed your career in like a different direction? Like, do you regret that at all, or it's just like?
Well, I don't regret anything. A lot more visibility is what those shows did. So to whereas I had people so in love with the Moon Music series, now I had 70-year-old white people coming up to me who loved me on Couples Therapy.
Oh God.
And that was a very new experience, especially for a paranoid introvert such as myself. Once I got acclimated, though, I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it at all. Visibility is good.
Yes, but you didn't know like what you were totally getting yourself into, right? You were like, oh God, after it, or it's just like.
Well, and I didn't know. I never did reality television, so I didn't know what to expect from Couples Therapy. I didn't know what to expect from Love and Hip Hop. All I knew was I could bet on myself. So I didn't think there was ever a situation they could put me in that would get me to behave out of character.
Word.
So I thought I did a good job on it.
Hey. Well, hey, congrats on the new relationship now.
Is that something to congratulate? To congratulate a new relationship?
I'm going to congratulate you.
Well, thank you. I'll take it.
Hey, you're
I'll
welcome.
take it. I appreciate that.
I'll say you've abandoned us as members of the Wash Gang. I'll say that.
No, I'm still washed.
Still washed?
See, the trick here is when you are washed, you go and get in a happy relationship, so you seem less washed. So now when you're in the house at 9 o'clock falling asleep, it's a bit cooler when you're doing it next to a very soft woman.
This is true.
See?
I'm taking
See?
some
Yeah,
notes. See,
yeah.
thank you.
Trying to help you, man.
Yeah, thank you. You're leading us still.
Anytime, anytime.
Wash Gang, represent. All right, so like music today, I've heard you say you love Cranes in the Sky, Seat at the Table. You think that's
Song of the year.
song of the year, album of
Friends
the
in
year?
the Sky, Songs of the Year from the album of the year, Solange, yes.
Were you a big Solange fan before
No.
this? Because I wasn't either.
I know
man.
nothing about
Me
Solange. I've
neither.
never heard any song from Solange prior to this. I don't follow Solange. I don't know shit about Solange outside of the fact that she is Beyonce's sister. But yeah, no, Lemonade was not the best album from the Knowles family this year.
Oh.
And that's not a knock to Beyonce.
Nah,
That
I know.
Solange album is just phenomenal. Phenomenal. Shout out to Raphael Sadiq. Shout out to Solange. Shout out to everybody who participated on that body of work. I love it.
That's big time. What are some like younger generation
Don't
artists?
ask me anything about younger generation, or I don't know it. I don't know it. I don't know them. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's cool. I don't know what's hot. I don't know what people are listening to. I'm not listening to it, not because I hate it. I just don't know. My son puts me on to a lot of the music that the
Fair
young
enough.
people listen to. I don't know.
Gotcha. So has there been any kids running up on your lawn recently?
No.
No?
No. Well, you know what? Even as that was happening, I was in the process of moving.
Oh, all right. So now you're in a new location.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah, so now kids can't get so close, and if you do,
Yeah.
you fucking
Get these hands.
Yeah, you get these rocks.
Getting these rocks.
Getting
Can,
these rocks.
can I show you a meme that was my favorite?
You can show me anything you like.
I'm pretty sure you probably see it.
I've seen everything.
Is this one of your favorites?
Oh yeah, that was one of my favorites.
That's a classic,
I like
right?
that one.
I love that one too.
You know that entire fiasco produced a lot of really good memes, and if you're able to laugh at yourself, you should have a good sense of humor. Life is much better when you can laugh at yourself. But if you're able to laugh at yourself, I had a blast with those memes. I
Yeah, I
encouraged
see.
them.
Exactly. You were loving it, like the ones that you like running after people in the movies or Grand Theft Auto. I was
Well,
like,
quiet as kept. I think plenty of artists are using memes as a form of promotion.
wow.
I think they're purposely trying to end up on memes.
On memes to go viral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people say some rappers make them themselves.
One, I can guarantee you there are rappers making them themselves.
So you got a little insider info on us.
Well, I'm an insider.
You are an insider. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
A little Adam Schefter action right here.
Yeah. I'm a source. I'm a reliable source.
Yeah, I saw you on NFL Network a couple weeks ago. How was that?
That was fun. Nate Burleson, Good Morning Football. Anytime I can talk sports,
It's awesome.
happy.
Yeah.
I love sports.
It's great that you're a knowledgeable sports fan,
Yeah, because I hate to sound stupid talking about sports.
No, it's great. I always look at your Twitter for some feedback on things.
Give me,
Usually keep
you
it
know what?
real.
Let me get into you for a little bit. Give
Alright,
me your
get into
thought
me.
process when you went and purchased this Yeezus T-shirt. Let's hear it.
This
Tell me about it.
This Yeezus T-shirt my brother went to the Yeezus tour and bought it for me like a couple years ago.
Do you know what he paid?
Not retail. It wasn't expensive.
I don't know what retail is.
Maybe $50.
Interesting. So $50 is not expensive for a white T-shirt. Okay.
Now we're going down a whole different
All right, so this
angle.
guy's rich. All right, just want to let you guys know out there who we're talking to. This guy's not hurting for $50. All right, just checking.
Damn, hey, it was a gift. I appreciate it.
No, I'm not mad. Shout out to Kanye.
Shout out to Kanye's, right. No, I mean, honestly, the whole merch thing has really taken off in hip-hop, and it's actually crazy. I don't know. I mean, you even have merch for Rage in the Machine.
I have merch for everything.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Merch is alive and well.
Yeah.
It's been alive. Pardon me. It's been alive for some years. But now it's like one of the main ways for an artist to see some ancillary income.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, at least this, like the Yeezus tour stuff, was good quality T-shirts.
Well, I don't know. I didn't buy it.
Hey, I'm letting you know.
I didn't have $50 that day.
But now the new like St. Pablo stuff is Gildan T-shirts, which is like just poor quality stuff, which is insane that people are selling them for hundreds of bucks. I'm just like, it's awful.
Kanye has fell victim to everything that he rapped about and all falls down.
Wow, that's deep. That's good.
It's true.
You're right.
It's my guy, though.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to Kanye. Damn. So you're a big Kanye fan?
Yeah, I would say so.
I remember when Yeezus came out, you were a big fan of that, right? As well.
I'm a fan of the fact that Kanye attempts to do something completely different with every album. I don't think many artists in very many genres can pull that off.
Definitely.
So I credit him for his genius.
Definitely. Yeah, so I'm definitely not one of those people that just wear the shirts and don't know stuff. You know, Kanye's my guy.
Oh, I would hope so.
Yeah, better be, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you see people these days wearing like the rock shirts and they don't, you know what I mean? Like rock bands, like Metallica, stuff like that. And they're like, yeah, because it's cool. I'm
Hype
like,
beast.
I hate that.
Hype beast.
Hype beast. We know about you.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, you don't do any of that stuff, obviously, right? No. Like, I'm just
so many of the things that people are into, I'm not.
no, always been a fitted guy, though.
Yeah, I can't do snapbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go to clubs and stand on couches and pay $3,000 for $100 bottles. I mean, just some things are just not logical, and I'm a very logical Virgo, so I'm not doing it.
Logical. Not $50 T-shirt logical. I guess I'm not logical.
No, I'll buy that.
You buy a T-shirt?
Well, maybe not that one,
Oh.
but I will pay $50 for a T-shirt I deem to be of good quality.
Good quality. All
Yeah.
right. So I guess I'm not getting any free Rage in the Machine stuff.
Free? Fuck you. You just paid $50 for a fucking Yeezus shirt. Why would I give you free Rage in the Machine?
Damn, I thought we were boys, Joe.
No.
Not-
Shit, I make my boys pay. Yeah, niggas feel like because they're your friends, they get to come and molest you at your place of work. No, fuck you. We're
you're right.
selling this stuff.
You're selling it.
Get out of
Everyone's
my
got to
kitchen.
pay. You know, if you're my friend, you support me. Support me with your money.
That's what I say.
You're right.
That's what I say.
You know what? I'm going to support
I appreciate
on the
that.
album and
Thank
the
you.
merch.
My merch is cheaper than Kanye shit.
Hey, there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
It's affordable. Remember Kanye told y'all all his shit would be affordable? Mine's affordable. Yeah? Real juice suckers in.
Oh, God. Man, this conversation's gone all over. I love it,
I love
though.
conversations.
Yeah, that's right. I know. It's been awesome. So, back to your album, though. Let's get back to the music.
Rage in the Machine, produced by A-Rab. I can't wait to see what people think of some of the songs in this album that we worked so diligently on.
Mm-hmm. I actually love the intro and the outro. So 3, I thought that beat was dope.
Thank you.
That was hard. And like the way a couple of those sports references on there really got me. The quarterbacks, he went from, I think it was like Kurt Warner to Teddy Bridgewater
Yeah.
to Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Joe.
Yeah, that was good. I thought a lot of people would miss all of that. But
No. I got you.
You're clearly a football guy.
I am.
But yeah, the intro and the outro, I was undecided on what to do for the intro and outro. I feel like those are such important pieces on a project. So
Yeah.
3 originally was just a song that I wanted to be on the album somewhere. And the outro, I originally wanted to be the intro.
Oh.
But once I was finished recording, it just didn't sound right. 3 sounded like it should be the introduction.
Yes.
And I said, wow, why didn't I think of that? I gotta put 3 first. But then what will I do with Idols? Do I put it in the middle? It shouldn't be in the middle. And I said, wow, this sounds like the perfect ending. I spent an extra month trying to figure out how to end this album. This album's been done.
Wow.
And I couldn't figure out how to end it. And Idols was sitting right in front of my face. And I said, wow, what a fucking idiot. What an idiot.
Wow. So who did the vocals on Idols at the end?
Idols at the end. Oh, I can't
It's a
say.
woman. Oh, you can't say?
I can't say. No, it's not a woman. That's a sample.
Sample. All right.
Sample.
Can't. All right. I heard you had to do a lot of clearance of samples, right? for this
Or
album?
not.
Or not?
Or not. Catch me if you can. Whatever. It is what it is.
All right. Well, on that track, it was dope. I mean, you paid homage to Rakim, Chuck D, Hove.
On the album, period, I paid homage to just everybody. Everybody that inspired me coming up. Everybody that was detrimental in my ascension as an MC. I wanted to pay homage to. I felt like not only have I never done it really in my career on an album, but I don't feel like enough people really pay respect to the people that inspired them to be where they are today. So, in this microwave era of hip hop, with so many younger people not really checking for anything that came before them, I thought it was important for me to do that.
That was dope.
Thank you.
Hey, man, I really enjoyed the album. Have I done enough to replace Rory on the podcast?
No, but on the right track.
I'm on the right track.
Route.
I'm on the right route. All right,
I like
it means a lot coming from you, Joe.
Thank you. Thank you, man. No, you did a good job.
Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate
You
it.
didn't trust me. I've done enough fuck-ass interviews during this
This
promo
press run, yeah.
Oh, my God, Jesus. I hate a bad interview. But this was great. This was wonderful.
This is good. All right,
Yeah.
ranks towards the top. Hey, that's great to hear. I appreciate
Joe
it.
Budden's stamp of approval here.
Thank you. That's big. That
Even the
means
shirt.
a lot.
Even the
the
t-shirt.
shirt.
Even the
Even
$50
shirt.
t-shirt. Yep.
Thank you. That means a lot, man. Rage
Good.
in the Machine, October 21st.
October 21st, Rage in the Machine, new album out in stores. New Rage, promo man. Go pick it up. It's lit.
It's lit. Shout out to Joe Budden.